Welcome to Angel Air. Thank you so much for tuning in to this exact same moment, time, and place. Today on our show, we have the beautiful love, Heather Olsen. She's going to come on our show and explain her spiritual path, her journey, how spirit has affected her in her life, and how she gained beautiful success by listening to the angels and the beautiful heavens and love and light from above. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, Anita. Thank you so much again for tuning in to Angel Air. My name is Anita Mayberry, and right next to me I have the beautiful, elegant, and lovely Heather Olsen. Heather has some very unique specialty gifts, and today we're going to go inside and find out a little bit about her and what she has to offer the world and the universe. Heather, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about how spirit has come to you?
Well, thank you so much for having me today.
It is a complete honor. I'm so excited you're here.
I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you.
It's been an amazing journey. I started out not expecting it to happen. I started out actually getting it through massage therapy.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
I started massage therapy because I wasn't making enough money doing what I was doing with esthetician. And I wanted to, and I always was interested in the spiritual world, just didn't understand it. And actually was opened up to it through a car accident with a brain injury in 1999.
Oh my goodness. How traumatic that must have been.
Yeah, well, a woman went through a stop sign when I was 23.
Oh, wow.
And basically what happened was that my life completely changed in 30 seconds.
Wow. Isn't that incredible how something like that can just drastically change your life in a complete 360 degree?
The thing is it was a blessing in disguise. Not at that moment.
Yeah.
I lost my house. I lost my driver's license. I lost my independence. I lost my job. And I lost the ability to walk and take care of myself for a long time.
Oh my gosh.
But in the meanwhile, it brought me to learning about different things.
Yes.
I had to go through a lawsuit and different things like that, which was a joke. And when I was finally done being told I was never going to get better, and I was medicated and I couldn't afford the medications, and I tried to get off of them, and I became suicidal because I got off of them too fast and I blacked out for like several days. I needed a change. So as soon as everything was done, I went to Reiki Masters. I went to Cranial Sacral. I went to Tai Chi at a senior center. I was the tallest and youngest person there.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure everybody turned their heads when you walked in.
For years, my entertainment for the week was trying to do recipes and retrain my brain, and it was early bird specials.
Oh my goodness.
25 years old at early bird specials. It was interesting. My equilibrium got damaged. I had become sensory overload, which means that I could not handle a lot of different things at one time. And my legs would turn to jello, and I would spin for years, literally spinning. So over time, I learned to retrain my brain with a lot of different therapies and wanted to do something else besides the skincare, which I had started to do gradually. I worked at wellness centers for a long time, but I just needed something else. So I went into massage therapy school, and my teacher was actually all about healing energy work.
Wow.
And I was drawn to him immediately. So he told me about this amazing Reiki master, and I went and got attuned into Reiki 1. And Reiki 1 for me was very emotional, very powerful. And basically what happened was I relived some trauma that I had in the past on the table in front of everybody, 15 people.
Wow. That's like complete exposure.
But at the end of the session, one of the girls that was there was a channel. And my great-great-great-grandmother came through and told me I was okay. I had arrived. This is what I was supposed to be doing, and it was okay now. I could heal. And that was my beginning of my change.
What an incredible message to receive.
I'm not gonna lie, I was freaked out.
I bet you were.
I mean, there was no explaining it to anybody, but what I went through was extremely powerful, but it gave me the knowledge to explain to people what can happen when you get into this world.
absolutely.
God.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, with your great-great-great-grandmother coming through and spirit connecting with you that way, when was the actual first connection you received from spirit yourself?
I was in a session with a client, and his grandmother came through
Oh, wow.
while I was massaging him.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm like,
Did you freak out?
Actually, I was like, do you feel what I feel? He's like, yeah. I'm like, right hand side. He's like, yeah. I'm like, your grandma? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, good. You felt it too? And that was the beginning. And then I started massaging people, and I would be like, oh my goodness, you're going on a trip in 2 weeks. You're going to have so much fun. They're looking at me. I'm like, or oh my goodness, I cannot believe what your husband said to you at the breakfast table yesterday or while you were doing dishes. And then it was just like, and then slowly it all started to kind of come out, and I was scared of it.
Yes, most people are the first few times. It's like, what is this energy, or what is this spirit coming to
And
you?
am I crazy?
And are you crazy? Number one question, am I crazy? Is this real?
And it really is. And I was afraid of it, and I wouldn't accept it at first. And I went to the person, I went to an angel card reader, and she was like, why aren't you doing this? And I said, why am I not doing what? She goes, why aren't you reading cards? And I said, you're crazy. I'm Heather, Northeast Philadelphia. No. And she was like, Heather, everybody that is coming to me is like, oh, Heather told me that. And of course she does my cards, and it's just like reading cards and spirituality, and you're on your path. I'm just like, whatever. I rolled my eyes.
Yeah.
Not as disrespectful, but just
No.
like, there's just no way I could do this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trained.
Yeah.
And pretty much 2 days later, my one client gave me angel cards.
Now, wasn't that the gift? Wasn't that like, okay, you can't turn your head?
I said, okay.
Literally right here. You can't pass this up. This is something that's a part of you, right?
It was really powerful because it made me say to myself, this is not just imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started tapping into people's past and their pain, and I felt them. I felt what they went through in their childhoods, and I would just go in and I would just release it, like literally pulling it out. And they're looking at me and like, what are you doing? I said, I don't have a clue. And then people would say, well, where do you train at? And I said, I don't train. What do you do? I show up. Like, what do you mean you show up? I'm like, I show up. I just show up. I have no filter. I apologize in advance for what I say, and I just show up. And I still was afraid of it, though.
About you, though. Like, you are all natural, and no matter what's going on in a session or in a room, like, I know that you give the purest message of what's to come, and it's something that can really change and alter their lives, something that they really needed to hear, something that was really powerful to them, or something that was from their past that they needed deep healing for.
And it's interesting because I'm not just a psychic. Mm-hmm. I'm not just a medium. Mm-hmm. I'm not just a healer.
What do you call yourself, Heather?
A Heather session.
That's perfect.
I mean, it's a combination. I can literally massage a person and read them the whole entire time.
Yeah.
I can tap in and help relieve like childhood issues and go back into infancy. I have had people that have actually been aborted in past lives that would come into this world completely loved and felt unloved, where I had to tell them, you were an aborted fetus, and release it, cut it off of them, and allow them to accept the fact that they are wanted and watch them heal.
Oh my God, what a gift that is.
I am beyond blessed. Every day, I do have to disconnect. Mm-hmm. And it is kind of hard sometimes because I can't get emotionally involved.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah. It will get you.
And you learn balance.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lessons in this. But the one huge lesson I learned is that everything that I have been through, the good, the bad, the ugly, is a gift to every person that I work with, because I can say to them, I understand, I've been there. And they look at me and say, thank you.
See, the appreciation that goes with being a healer is that, a lot of the healers that I've known or have come across have had some traumatic experiences happen on their path or on their journey. But it's almost a blessing, like you said, it's a blessing in disguise, and it's really a gift from the universe, because it really allows us to walk a minute in their energy and in their footsteps. And if you can just connect with them with that, it's like, oh my God, they think I'm not the only one. Like, this isn't something that just, happened to me. It might have happened to somebody else, but that's where the real healing helps, being able to associate with that. And you've had some very traumatic experiences, especially health-wise.
Yes.
I mean, for you to even be here is quite the miracle on its own.
I'm totally blessed. I mean, like I said, I used to look at my life and say, how could anybody live this, and want this? This is crazy. It looked like a movie screen that I would just watch my life and say, why would they choose this? But I also had some beautiful experiences, and I've had some beautiful people in my life, and every person and situation was a stepping stone to get me to the next place. And I'm blessed for everything that I've been through.
Oh, that's such beautiful.
And I have no regrets.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. So now, Heather, just a little bit more about you. How long have you been doing this for?
It's funny, everybody asks me that and I really don't know. I try to calculate, and I would say I got done massage school in 2010, and I guess little by little it trickled in. But I really think the healing, the really strong healing, has probably been about 2.5 to 3 years.
Wow.
When I really accepted it. Like put it on my business cards. Because I refused.
Yeah.
And I was told, I had spirit come to me through somebody and said, you have a choice to make. This is who you are, and you either need to accept this and do your work, or we're not giving it to you.
Wow. That's kind of like you take it or you don't.
And the next day I put it on my business card.
That'll change it all around for you, huh?
It changes because now you have to admit that you do it. Like, you kind of hide from it. But you'd be sitting there in the bathroom and somebody would sit there and you're like being pushed to talk to them about something. You're like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. Hi, I'm sorry, but blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and I'm in the bathroom for a half hour talking to people and giving them sessions.
Yes.
And I'm like, I have to stop this.
Oh my goodness. Well, now, so with your journey that you're on right now and your path, where do you feel it's going to lead you?
I honestly have no clue because I really don't have too much say in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I know that I don't want it to stop.
Yeah.
I know that I accept myself for who I am now. I'm proud of the gift that I have, and I want to share it with as many people as they need. I definitely have learned a balance. Before, when this started, I was in awe of what I was doing, and I have over 90 plus clients who've lost their kids.
That's a lot. That's a ginormous percentage right there.
And I can't even explain to you what it's like, how much it gives to you when you watch that grieving mother contact you and say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to see a different light. Thank you for helping me to have closure. Thank you for letting me celebrate the anniversary without crying today.
Wow.
I am blessed beyond. That is better than any monetary tip I can ever have. To watch a person's life heal and to be part of it is just a gift in itself. And to have my own children, you have to disconnect.
Yeah.
Because I deal with death every day. Whether it's on the phone, doing phone sessions across the country, or whether it's in session, or whether it's doing parties, or whether it's just family and friends contacting me. I mean, I've helped people cross over. I've helped caregivers disconnect.
Yes.
So they don't get sick, because so many people don't understand that we want to help that person and we try to take it and we take it, but when they leave, we're depleted.
That is very, very, very true.
People don't understand the power of energy, the power of angels, the power of spirit. And I try to bring a very human light to it.
I love that about you. You're going to make me cry because to me, I feel the same way. The joy.
The joy is unbelievable. But the thing is that you fear ego. Because when I first started doing this, people would call me all the time, and I would take a phone call in a heartbeat, and I would put my family on hold because it felt so good. For so long, I couldn't do anything.
Oh, wow.
I had no purpose.
Yes.
I mean, I had my children, but I still felt like I didn't have a purpose.
Yes.
And when I had this gift come in, and I was able to see people's joy, and they were so thankful. They were so, so grateful that I think a part of me got too absorbed in it.
Yeah.
And it definitely took time to pull away and say, I have to keep family separate from work. And it's very hard to look at this as work.
It is, because you can get carried away with it. I mean, in a certain essence, of course.
You can't, unless you do the work, you really can't explain it.
That's very true. That's very true.
I mean, it's the most amazing thing to watch a battered woman walk away from him. To look at a child who, has abandonment issues that can finally get over it. And I'm talking about when they're 40 years old. But that inner child that still is afraid. To help people release pain. Mm-hmm. My job here isn't to tell somebody, that they're going to get married in January of this month, this year, and have 2.5 children and their picket white fence. My job is not to sit there and have 16,000 dead people surround me and, wave to me in a crowded room. My job is to take each individual soul, help them let go of everything they don't need anymore, show them the beauty that they are, and to take back their power, and to release whatever that's holding them back. And that's all I really want to do.
That's beautiful, Liv. God bless you for being here. God bless you for your purpose.
Thank you so much.
And it brings me so much joy to see you at this particular place on your path where I can feel your happiness and I can feel your peace.
Well, you did help me with that. I have to actually say thank you.
You did all the work. You did all the work.
Well,
love.
You've given me a lot of tools.
Now you got your toolkit. Pull out whatever you want, whatever kind of armor you want to.
But you also understand with being a healer that we are not able to fix them.
No, it's very, very true. They have to want that healing. They have to want to come forth and say, you know what? Look, there's something I'm feeling. There's something that doesn't feel right. I need change, whatever the case may be. And it's like when they're serious, that's when they come to us some way.
I'm a last resort.
The universe has a funny way of crossing paths with people, because I get asked that all the time. They're like, Anita, how do clients find out about you? How do they know about you?
I know, exactly.
And it's the same thing. And one of the things about Angel Air is getting that out there, that there are different ways of types of healing, and it's whatever you feel guided to choose.
Because everything is not for everybody.
Exactly.
I actually try to keep people from me, but they won't not come.
You're like a magnet.
I'm like, really? I really think you need a medium, straight medium. You don't want me. You really don't. No, I've heard about you. I do. I'm like, no, you really don't. And they come. I've had this beautiful couple. They were like 89 years old, come to see me, and
how adorable!
I tried to tell them not to come because I thought I really was like, I don't know if your sister or your brother is going to come through, but they healed, and it was nice. She was able to walk up the steps, and she wasn't able to walk up the steps.
That is incredible.
Actually, the age might be wrong. I think they might be younger. But the point is like I have people coming to me that are 5 years old to 90 years old.
That was the other thing I wanted to ask you about with the children that you're healing now. The soul groups that are coming in right now, and there's different soul groups, whether they're indigo, crystal, rainbow, whatever the case is, whatever group they're coming from, some of them are so intuitive, and they remember so much from all the past lives that they've lived. And you and I both know we've had our dealings with that, where it's like we don't let it break our heart, but at the same time we can feel what they're feeling. And tell me a little bit about that, because I know you've had some extreme cases.
I don't name names or anything because fine. It's a private thing. Like Absolutely. What happens in therapy sessions stays in therapy session. But I've had children who have actually been terrified of being outside for abduction, and here in their past life, they were actually abducted. I could see the car. We relived it together. I have had children who have dealt with things as far as Civil War time. I have dealt with children, like I said, with abortion, like adults with abortion. But the truth is a lot of adults hold on to the inner child. And the children that they have are teaching them about the spirituality and how to heal.
Wow.
That's what I found.
That's incredible.
These children have chosen these parents to heal them.
And it's interesting that you say that the children have chosen the parents, because there's so many cases in my sessions that I've had where the inner child comes out, and it's exactly like that. They say that, I chose you, Mommy, or I chose you, Daddy.
Mine says to me.
Yeah, it is the same thing. It is so incredible and remarkable that they actually remember that.
It's amazing when my daughter says to me, Mommy, I seen you from up there. I chose you because you're beautiful.
Oh,
And you like to cuddle. And I'm just like, okay. I mean,
that's so precious.
I know that they have something. I don't think they understand it all the time. And it's really sad when I see parents shut it down.
Yeah.
And the one thing I encourage them to do is to bring it up. Now, I'm not saying every child who has this gift is going to be the huge psychic one day.
Yeah.
Because it could be an earth angel, like a teacher,
Absolutely.
a nurse. It could be somebody who loves animals, like a veterinarian. The other thing too is I've noticed that a lot of people want to do this as a career. I've never wanted to do it as a career. And I think that's what we have to understand is that when people go and they get attuned, or they go and they have seminars, or they go and they try to become psychic, it's really not our choice.
Absolutely.
And you're made, basically you have a purpose here and you're gonna fulfill it, but if you try to force it, you're not gonna fulfill it properly.
Yeah, you just have to let it flow.
And people cannot let it flow.
That's what we're here. That's what we're here to remark and stand about.
And the other thing too is don't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that come up, they're like, but I want to be like this, or I want to be like that, or so-and-so. And you know what? You're perfect how you are.
Thank you, yes.
You know, you might not feel it or sense it now, but there's going to be a point in your life where you're going to stand up one day, or you're going to wake up in the morning, and you're going to be like, you know what? It's okay to be me.
No, and I'm amazing.
Exactly.
And I'm amazing, and everything that I've been through has made me more amazing.
Absolutely.
And maybe I'm not, you know, on television right now, you know, talking to the deceased loved ones of other people, like other people on TV, but it's okay because I have a beautiful family and I do this kind of work. Like I don't like people to put themselves down because they're not what they think they should be.
Yes, absolutely.
And I used to compare myself and say, I can't do that. I'm not that person. And then I said, you know what? I'm never going to be that. I'm Heather.
You are Heather. You're beautiful, Heather, and you're a healer.
You.
And we're so gracious and blessed to have you on today on Angel Air. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, just being able to be here with you today and you being able to express yourself and your beautiful story and all that you have to offer, you know, the universe and the world, and there's so much more coming. Thank you for coming on today. Thank you for sharing you.
Well, I appreciate that so much. And the last thing I wanted to say is that the way I look at what I do is literally every soul that comes to me is a seed. And I get to plant that seed and I watch all these beautiful flowers bloom. And I have this beautiful spiritual garden surrounding me and helping me to grow every day because every session I have makes me better.
That's amazing.
And it teaches me something.
You're a beautiful rose, Heather. You are.
I love you.
I love you too. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Angel Air today. This was the beautiful Heather Olsen, and we're so grateful to have her on. Tune in next time because you never know what dimension I'll be at next. Thank you.